Hello, Susday. Yeah, my name is Chandan Kumar, and today we are going to discuss 7 best practices which will help us to enhance the productivity and achieve the journey of excellence. So, can I have PowerPoint, please? So, those 7 tools. Before we start, let me introduce myself. I have 15 over years of experience in garment production, industrial engineering, and lean manufacturing. So why we are here today to finally achieve the excellence. How we can achieve it? By practicing this 7 best practices tool. The first tool is PDCA, Lean, Six Sigma, TQM, Total Quality Management, Kaizen, 5S, and Value Stream Mapping. I'm sure some of you know some of these tools, and some of you in your life or in factory might practice this as well. So the first tool, PDCA, is 4-step quality tools which help us to plan our process and achieve what we are planning, because we firmly believe if we don't plan, we don't achieve. Based on the research, if you spend only 10 minutes of your day in planning, you can save 4 hours of your non-productive work you do in day-to-day basis. So the first plan tell us how you recognize and identify your objective. What problem you have and what are the objectives in order to solve them. So that we do in planning stage. After we set those objectives, set the timeline, then we go to the do phase. Do sometimes we do in a small scale in protective environment. Protective environment means we do out of our workshop, we experiment first. Once we succeed or achieve our objective which we have set during the planning stage, then we try to implement in real workspace. The check is very important step in PDCA cycle. In check step, we review what objective we have set, what were the time frame, are we achieving the same by doing that. What we plan, we did during the do stage, and check stage we identify and take the decision. And that taking decision, we take the last step, act. If we achieve, then we implement in the real world. If we don't, we need to move back and go to step 1, and the cycle will start again from the planning stage. So this is PDCA cycle. Second is lean manufacturing. This is also one of the very important tool in manufacturing, which advocates how we can reduce unwanted waste in our process or in our real life. So lean tools help us identifying all the non-value added activities in the process. Lean also says if your process is big, your team is big, you will have more possible waste. So you need to work in a small team, small batches. Small teams normally have faster lead time. That's what lean teaches. Why we should do, because of course the outcome is how we can save time, save resources and save money. There are 7 types of waste based on the lean, and lean teaches us how we can systematically question those all 5 waste, 7 waste. First is transportation waste. Is our process have any transportation, lot of movement? Second is inventory. Are we maintaining more inventory than we need in order to achieve our objective, our product output? Third is motion. Are we doing excess motion in order to do any work? So this how we systematically question. First transportation, then inventory, then our unnecessary motion, then waiting. Is our process, what we design, have lot of waiting? Waiting can be the operator is sitting and he don't have anything to do. Or the operator or process owner is waiting for information. Waiting for any information such as you have quality problem, you're not getting approval. Or you have inputs ready, but you don't get the signature. So this we call waiting for information. Then next is overproduction. If buyer target is 1,000 pieces a day, but you are producing more than 1,000, it can be 1,500, 2,000, so it means we are doing excess production. So this also a kind of waste. Normally in the factory we see everyone focus on lot of production output without looking at how much demand, real demand we have. Next waste in lean is over processing. What buyer need, we do extra. Buyer say I need only 7 buttons. You put 2 extra, it become 9. So this we call over processing. What buyers or customer want, we are doing more than that. And the last is skill waste. We hire someone to do activity A, we assign them to do activity B. So these all kind of waste are under lean, which we need to be mindful when we implement any process at the starting phase. Next is Six Sigma after lean. Six Sigma is a tool which helps us to reduce the variation in the process. Many work we do, sometimes we take 2 minutes, sometimes we take 2.5, 3, 4. How we identify that what is the real data, which is the correct one. So Six Sigma we use widely. Start from quality control until data improvement, data variation. In Six Sigma, the standard is in 1 million pieces should be less than 3.4 defect. So if you are producing 1 million of pointer, the standard should be 3.4 pieces defect. The standard is 0, but 3.4 allowed. So that's how Six Sigma is very detailed. If we apply in our process, our quality will be improved. This Six Sigma tool have been implemented by American company Metrola, and so far they have remarkable achievement. You can see in this around 17 billion in latest data. Next tool is Total Quality Management, TQM. TQM teaches us in manufacturing All the process must have a standard SOP. All the processes must have a standard key performance indicators. So the process come with the SOPs, and all the employees and worker work, they have a standard KPI. What are the things they need to do? So this is part of TQM. Mostly focus on customers, continuous improvement, very process centered, and strategic. The next tool is Kaizen. Kaizen, if we apply, it's also help us to achieve excellence. Kaizen teaches, don't think very big. Think about a small improvement each day. Take each steps, and it will finally lead you to achieve your goal. If you think very big, you might be lazy. You might be demotivated. So the big goal, set into a small chunk, a small pieces. Like if you want to eat elephant, cut it in small pieces, right? The full elephant can't eat. So the Kaizen is a mindset of improving small things every day, every time, every day to get the bigger results. These all 7 best practices help us in continual improvement. Kaizen help us on more, because if you do a small things every day, it seems easy for us. So it's like a habit. We set a habit which we do every day to get the bigger results. It's a personal discipline, it's a quality ethics, it's a teamwork. The next tool is 5S. 5S is a visual control tool. How your workplace organize, how you keep yourself and your factory, your office clean and organized. So this comes from 5S by doing 5 steps. The first step is sort. All the unnecessary items we sort and organize. After sorting, second step, we set in order, which order we need to keep. We are setting in order based on the frequency, how frequent we use, how often we need. Are we going to use that every day, every week, monthly or yearly? Based on that, we set in orders. Third S, which is sign. Sign tell us that every stuff we have in our workplace must be clean. Clean not by cleaning every day, but we set a process which itself is a clean. It's like a checklist. You check and organize and keep the area clean. It's not like 1 month, one time. Every day organize your desktop, your workplace, your cabinet. So that's we call sign. And standardize. Which place should be where? So we make it a standard layout. If we need our file every day, maybe we keep on table. That is my standard. So everything must be standardized. We don't do anything on ad hoc basis. If we feel something, we do. If we don't feel, we don't do. So that is not a standard, right? And the last is sustain. After we make anything a standard, we must sustain for a long time. So we create a different checklist to make sure that whatever we set the standard, it must be sustained. Everyone know what are the key things they need to do everything in order to keep the sustenance. We also set monitoring system in sustain. So we monitor everyone progress, each department progress in order to maintain the integrity of 5S in the workplace. And the last tool is value stream mapping. The seventh best practices, the seventh practice which we should implement is value stream. Value stream is a cross-functional tool. This is the only tool which we do for the entire process. Start from material receiving until the delivery of the goods, until it's reached to the consumer. So we do the entire cycle study in value stream. So this is one of the very important tool you can see in the slide. It's a start from production control until the process running, how much time it takes, which are value added activities within the value stream, which are non-value added, and then we do this all mapping, sit with the team, brainstorm, whatever the necessary process we need, we keep, all unnecessary or non-value addeds, we take it out. So this is the value stream, our last tool. Right? We have the flow chart, start from material, fabric cutting, sewing, finishing, packing, if we talk about the garment industry. Similar process for other industries as well, for automobile or electronics. So the sustenance, all these tools, if you want to apply in our real life or in the manufacturing, we need three things. Right mindset, right tool set, and right skill set. If we learn this all 7 best practices, we will learn all those 3 skill sets, which are very important in order to improve the productivity in our day-to-day life and in our sector. So always remember, right mindset, right skill set, and right tool set. Mindset, skill set, tool set. These all you will get from these 7 best practices. It's like when you feel sick, you have the symptom. You have fever, you will have headache. Same, when your process is sick, they also have the symptoms. Like chaos in production, excessive breakdown of machine, operators are sitting idle. So these are the symptoms which telling you that you need to do something in your organization. And the answer is,
Good afternoon. I hope you all are still wide awake. I think first of all I have to start with a little more introductions of panelists, because the MC just introduced the name and the position. I think I will need to tell you a little bit more about their skill and experience. First of all, let me start with Mr. Jandan. Mr. Jandan is an Indian. He holds a bachelor degree in fashion technology and a master degree in business administration. In 2009, he started his career with Orient Craft Groups in India as an industrial engineer manager. In 2012, he came to Cambodia and worked for Indochin Garment for 5 years until 2017. And then he joined a Cambodian Garment Training Institute. Now, as head of training. He has both practical experience with the factories and training experience. So please give him a clap. Next is an interesting speaker. You just listen to her, Ms. Doreen Tan, who is the Chief Executive of the Textile and Fashion Industry Training Center, Singapore. Doreen is responsible for developing TAFTC as a leading training provider for the textile and apparel industry in Asia. She's actively involved in initiatives that enhance the industry capability and capacity development. Since 2014, she has conducted training to executives of multinational companies and small and medium enterprise in the various segments of the fashion industry in various countries. She has worked with companies such as Compagnie Mauritian, Adidas Solomon International Sourcing Limited, Nice Sourcing Singapore, Lian Fongs, and many more. As an international consultant with the International Trade Center of the United Nations and Agence Française de Développement, she has completed industry and enterprise level projects in the textile and clothing industry in Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Thailand, Sri Lanka, El Salvador, and many more countries, including Guatemala and India. Last, Mr. Max Law is a technology guy from iGarment. Mac is the Southeast Asia sales manager for iGarment, which was established in 1987, a company that provides management software and services for the company with a vision to help company utilize technology effectively and minimize resource wastage. Mac has been working in the garment and textile industry for over 7 years in various important roles. He is familiar with procedures for how the whole industry works and also has a good network within the party in the industry, including different brands, garment factories, and yarn suppliers. Let's give a big clap to him also. I'm a little nervous sitting with a row of highly experienced panelists. I'm not sure I can pose difficult enough questions to them. So I will start with a few basic questions and release my burden by giving the floor the opportunity to ask on my behalf. I would like to start first with Jenden. We all agree in principle that skill development, skill training is very important for country, company, but when it comes to practical implementation on the ground, it seems that there's a lot of reluctance from the management when it comes to the issues of dollars. So far, what's your observations, in terms of the management perspective, in terms of skill training for their workers?
I think the management which I have experienced in last 5-6 years, much more reluctant because of their very busyness. Sometimes say they have the busy production. The main key stake workers, they can't join. So mostly come from the HR or other compliance department to attend the trainings with us. So one of the reason is I think they are more reluctant to release the key workers. They are feeling to missing out of the productivity achievement or production timeline. So I feel that's one of the main reason they are hesitating to send the worker for training.
Mm-hmm. Can I also pose the same question to Doreen, but I want you to also share some experience because you have traveled to a number of countries that have textiles and garment industry. What do you see the difference between Cambodia and other countries? How's the management in Cambodia and the management of the factories in other countries things when it comes to skill development for their workers, employee?
I think it's almost the same in all countries, all right? Even with Singapore government giving so much grants, we do find companies finding it difficult to pluck the people from the operational day-to-day work and put them in the training room. So there's once where I have a very good friend who runs a very successful retail company, but she noticed that her team does not have textile knowledge, and she wanted them to have the basic textile knowledge. However, it meant taking them out for 7 hours, and she says, sorry, I can't do that, Doreen. Can you do something for me? We end up teaching the team over a period of 5 days, 1.5 to 2 hours every day. And now we look back, there are some companies who said, can we do partially online so that there's minimal disruption? So the key is, how can we deliver training with minimal disruption? And that's why I'm very for digital learning with mentorship and coaching.
Okay. So flexible training and preferably digital.
With coaching and
Coaching.
mentorship. Yeah.
Thank you. I will pose a question to Mark later. I just want to continue a little bit with Jendens and Doreen because just now I covered the management side, but I also want to touch on the worker-employee side. How do you observe the workers-employee attitudes in terms of learning, number one? And secondly, what do you observe their abilities of learning? I'm talking about trainable workforce, because when we are talking about training, we also need to talk about trainable workforce. People with the basic knowledge that can be trained, not illiterate people. So how do you see this?
Yeah, thanks for this question. I believe, yes, we in Cambodia mostly struggling with the basic education such as mathematics, English, and general IQ. So once they start their work and we try to give our advanced training, so they basically lagging behind. When I take a recent example for our selection for our advanced diploma courses, out of 100 students, only 30% succeeded for the normal mathematics and English exams. So the basic education, I think we need to really work hard on that area in terms of bringing a good workforce in the industry, in any sector.
Thank you. Doreen?
Doreen, you want to add?
I would say the basic literacy is important. Of course, that will be supposed to happen in PET. So decades ago, Singapore also have this issue. So we have what we call workplace literacy programs in math, English, as well as, yeah, I think these are the two, math and English literacy.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, we just now discussed skill developments to support productivity. Now let's move to Max in terms of technology. I think first of all, a lot of people, they will say that technology is not cheap. Can you prove otherwise?
Technology is not cheap.
No, so first of all, it's not easy to understand. Number two, it might be not cheap. How can you explain or prove otherwise?
Actually, technology, we have been using technology for a very, very long time. Let's say ERP is already a technology. You're using Excel is kind of technology. Just depends on what kind of technology you are using. But for the enterprise, of course, they need the higher requirement. Then they will purchase more professional technology to help them to finish it. And you're talking about cheap or not cheap, it's talking about the value. How much value the system can bring to you. If the system can help you to save like $1 million, and the system is just sell $500,000, it is still expensive for you? I think it's not, right? The answer. It really depends on how much is the value that the system can provide to you. So that if you're talking about like lock chip or very expensive problem, I will answer like this. It's talking about the value. No matter what industry, actually we need the technology to help us to do better. More obviously is in the, let's say, the labor-intensive industry. We really need the automation to help us to improve the efficiency. Otherwise, we cannot go to the next stage.
Okay. Also, in your presentation, you talk about data cultures, the importance of data collection, data analysis, and use it for benefits to improve our working process or production process. But these require digital skills of the people involved. How does this work out with the factory? You have worked with them so far. What are some of the challenges and how you've resolved these issues of digital skill knowledge?
Yeah, actually, we have the production management system. It's kind of a RFID device to help them to collect the data in their factory. It's actually a very simple device. Yeah, we just put the reader on each station so that when they do the production, they will scan the card and then record the data. And the data collection is always easy to do it. The point is you need to keep continuous to do it so that you can have your database and then you can do some analyze to improve your performance or solve your problem. Why we need to collect the data? Because we want to find out what is the problem in our company. If we don't know what is our problem, then how we improve our efficiency, right? So when people want to improve, they need to find out the problem. For find out the problem, they need the data to tell them what is their problem.
Thank you. Yeah, please.
I also believe in data collection, and very important is the clean data. That means the data is accurate.
Yes.
But I find that one of the challenges is we have people who can analyze data, but so they get information about things. But the question is, what do you see in the data? And we call that data visualization. And that's something that I find missing in the factories. So they have a lot of digital boards now to show production and productivity, number of output, but something that is missing is the visuals of defects, so that you don't have to wait till the end of the day to consolidate the data, but have it done instantaneously. That means it's data visualization, data analysis on the fly. The dashboard must always be there.
Thank you, Doreen, for your supplementary. I've said earlier to reduce my burden, I have to give the floors to pose some questions to our panelists. So let me now open the floor for the audience if there are some questions for our distinguished panelists, please. Any question? Oh, Andrew, you have any question?
Thank you, panelists, for sharing your views. Based on your experience in Cambodia, how do you see, the workforce should evolve with the current globalization need, and what needs to be done based on your experience?
What I understand is the involvement of the team, right? Okay. This we see largely the involvement of the team come from the projects. So we need to select the project, work in Kaizen way, right? So because the initiative is not there, so the team must be there. It can be industrial engineering department or the Six Sigma team who select the project, find the improvement opportunities, use the suggestion box. There can be many activities we can do. But the initiative and commitment, these two things we need to bring in in the entire work culture in order to become a good team. So what is missing is the commitment and initiative. You want to add?
In total agreement. Incentives and commitment, not only at the individual level, the company level, and the country level. So just not talk like what we are doing now. We have to see actions.
I agree. We need to provide the actions on how to improve it.
Also, I want to touch a little bit about talent management and retainment, because first we train, then we have to retain them. How is this important in terms of productivity improvement? And can you share with us some strategies that help us retain the pool of talent within your company?
Okay, thanks for the question. So what you are essentially asking is how we can retain the employee, right, after investing a lot of on training and whatsoever. So the retention mostly comes when we hire somebody. If they feel they are not part of the team, or they become highly trained and they can find better opportunity than that, so they mostly feel discouraged in that organization. So what we need to bring in is the right incentive, appraisal, and right recognition system. So we recognize them, they are the best employee, they are doing so and so and very good, and we need to incentive system so they feel part of the team and also motivated.
Thank you, Jin. And Doreen, do you have anything to add?
Talent retainment is always challenging, but that's why I would say that even the country would have to play a part and pay part of the training, continuous education and training. Because if you lose your staff in CGTI, I could be one of the beneficiary, or he could be one of the beneficiary, and the country can be one of the beneficiary. So never really see talent as lost in training, because one day the person can come back to work for you again, which I've seen that with my colleagues. And some of my students actually left a company in Singapore, go to Spain, and then go to China, and finally she's back in Singapore. And I think that that international addition in terms of training is actually a gain to the country. So long term.
Okay. Still a question with you, Doreen. I wanted to share a little bit from the Singaporean experience in terms of solutions to skill gap between the skill trained and the skill required by the job market. How's Singaporean government work on this, and what can the Cambodian government learn from you?
Okay, we have a skills framework, which I think, if I'm not wrong, CGTI is also working part of it already. You can actually look at the Singapore website. There are many jobs and job roles and their competencies required. Now, those I would say is somewhat history, because it's all published. And therefore, we always have to be very cognizant of what the industry needs. So even for me, when I do training for the industry, I like to talk to the supervisors or the managers and the individuals before we complete the training, because we always need to contextualize what is needed. And by talking, even by training, instead of just one-way direction, I always ask a lot of questions, and then I will know what's happening out there on the ground, and that's how you keep yourself current. But for a country level, the competency standard is a baseline, all right? And when you work with the different companies, you will actually have to contextualize. You still have to contextualize.
Thank you. I want to pose the last questions to Max. And then if there's no more question from the floor, I think we can close the event. Last questions to Mark. You talk about applying digital twin technology and machine learning into factory. What's the difficulty in applying digital twin technology and machine learning into a factory?
Yeah, actually, it's quite difficult because digital twin and also machine learning is a quite advanced technology nowadays, no matter in which industry. So it will be very challenging to put these two technology into the manufacturing industry. But because we provide a system, we provide a technology to our customer, so we have to do the similar thing with digital twin and also the machine learning. Not exactly the same, but do the similar thing. So if you buy our system, use our system, then we can provide the similar result that which done by digital twin and also machine learning. And if you want to purchase, let's say, digital twin or machine learning technology from other companies, let's say Microsoft, that will be a very, very high cost, which I think the government industry, for the government company, they will not willing to pay this price unless they are giant company. Yeah, this is very difficult. Then maybe they can still study by themselves, hiring a programmer to do something on study on the technology, but it still take a very, very long time and also a very, very high cost. So it's better to find the software house to help you to solve the problem.
Thank you, Max. Last opportunity for the audience to post question. Any question before I close the panel discussion? No question? If no questions, I would like to end the panel discussion here by thanking all the panelists for joining the event today, particularly Doreen and Mark for flying over, from Bangkok, from Singapore at your own cost. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming and sharing the experience. Please give them an applause. Thank you.
ចាហើយសូមថ្លែងអំណរគុណចំពោះវាគ្មិនក៏ដូចជាអ្នកសម្របសម្រួលចំពោះកិច្ចពិភាក្សាដ៏គួរឲ្យចាប់អារម្មណ៍នេះចា Thank you very much to the panelists as well as the moderator for the very interesting panel discussions. Next is the handover of the letter of appreciation to the panelists as well as the moderator. ចាដូច្នេះកម្មវិធីជាបន្តទៅទៀតនេះគឺជាពិធីប្រគល់លិខិតថ្លែងអំណរគុណដល់វាគ្មិនរួមជាមួយនឹងអ្នកសម្របសម្រួលកម្មវិធីរបស់យើងចាអញ្ចឹងនាងខ្ញុំមានកិត្តិយសចាសូមគោរពអញ្ជើញឯកឧត្តមហៃហ៊ុនលេងដែលជាប្រតិភូរាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលទទួលបន្ទុកជាប្រធានទីភ្នាក់ងារជាតិមុខរបរនិងការងារចាអញ្ជើញឡើងលើវេទិកាដើម្បីប្រគល់នៅលិខិតថ្លែងអំណរគុណចាជូនដំបូងគឺទៅដល់លោកChandan Kumar. May I now invite first of all Mr. Chandan Kumar to receive the letter of appreciation from His Excellency Hai Hun Leng. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for Mr. Chandan Kumar. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Doreen Tan for the letter of appreciation, please. ចាសូមផ្ដល់ជាសំឡេងទះដៃអបអរសាទរខ្លាំងៗជូនចំពោះលោកស្រី Doreen Tan ចាអរគុណហើយជាបន្តទៅទៀតនេះចា May I invite Mr. Max Lord to receive the letter of appreciation, please. ចាជាបន្តទៅទៀតនេះគឺលោក Max Lord ចាសូមតែដៃអបអរសាទរជូនចំពោះលោក Max Lord ចាហើយជាបន្តទៅទៀតនេះក៏សូមអញ្ជើញលោកកាំងមូនីកាចាអគ្គលេខាធិការរងសមាគមរោងចក្រកាត់ដេរកម្ពុជាសូមអញ្ជើញឡើងទទួលនៅលិខិតថ្លែងអំណរគុណចា After all of this, I would like to ask our panelists to join for the group photo session all together as well. ចាសូមការអនុញ្ញាតថតរូបជុំគ្នាជាអនុស្សាវរីយ៍មួយទៀតផងដែរចាហើយជាថ្មីម្ដងទៀតក៏សូមការអនុញ្ញាតពីអង្គពិធីទាំងមូលផ្ដល់ជាសម្លេងទះដៃអបអរសាទរខ្លាំងៗជូនចំពោះវាគ្មិនរបស់យើងក៏ដូចជាអ្នកសម្របសម្រួលកម្មវិធីរបស់យើងនៅថ្ងៃនេះចា
Dear
ចាសូមថ្លែងអំណរគុណ Thank you very much Thank you ចាហើយជាថ្មីម្ដងទៀតដូច្នេះហើយនឹងខ្ញុំក៏សូមជម្រាបផងដែរថាសម្រាប់កម្មវិធីរបស់យើងសិក្ខាសាលានៅថ្ងៃនេះសម្រាប់សិក្ខាកាមដែលចង់បាននៅឯកសារដែលវាគ្មិនរបស់យើងបានធ្វើបទបង្ហាញបន្តិចទៀតនេះក្រុមការងារនឹងបង្ហាញនៅ QR code ដែលលោកអ្នកអាច download នៅឯកសារទាំងអស់នេះបានផងដែរចាហើយកម្មវិធីរបស់យើងក៏ឈានដល់ទីបញ្ចប់ហើយសូមថ្លែងអំណរគុណចំពោះការចំណាយពេលវេលាដ៏មានតម្លៃរបស់លោកអ្នកអញ្ជើញចូលរួមកម្មវិធីនេះចានៅសិក្ខាសាលានេះតាំងពីដើមរហូតដល់ចប់យើងសង្ឃឹមថាសិក្ខាសាលាមួយនេះគឺផ្ដល់នៅចំណេះដឹងក៏ដូចជាអត្ថប្រយោជន៍យ៉ាងច្រើនជូនចំពោះលោកអ្នកសម្រាប់ថ្ងៃនេះនិងសម្រាប់នៅពេលអនាគតផងដែរចាហើយនៅក្នុងនោះផងដែរក៏សូមជម្រាបថាមុននឹងលោកអ្នកអញ្ជើញត្រឡប់ទៅវិញលោកអ្នកអញ្ជើញទទួលទាននៅអាហារសម្រន់ដែលក្រុមការងាររបស់យើងបានរៀបចំនៅផ្នែកខាងក្រោយហើយក្រុមការងារក៏បានផ្ដល់ជាព័ត៌មានមកដល់នាងខ្ញុំថាលោកអ្នកក៏អាចយកអាហារទៅផ្ទះខ្លះបានដែរចាចាអញ្ចឹងជាថ្មីម្ដងទៀតសូមថ្លែងអំណរគុណចំពោះការចំណាយពេលវេលាដ៏មានតម្លៃចូលរួមនៅក្នុងសិក្ខាសាលានៅថ្ងៃនេះហើយសិក្ខាសាលានៅថ្ងៃនេះគឺបានប្រព្រឹត្តទៅដោយជោគជ័យចាហើយសូមកុំភ្លេចចា QR code ដែលមាននៅលើ screen នេះគឺជា QR code ដែលលោកអ្នកអាច download បាននៅឯកសារដែលវាគ្មិនរបស់យើងបានបង្ហាញនៅក្នុងសិក្ខាសាលានៅថ្ងៃនេះចាអរគុណជាថ្មីម្ដងទៀតហើយនឹងខ្ញុំសូមជូនពរលោកអ្នកឲ្យជួបប្រទះតែសេចក្តីសុខនិងជោគជ័យរាល់គ្រប់ភារកិច្ចសូមអរគុណសូមជម្រាបលា
ពីពណ៌ការងារនិងផលិតភាពជាតិពីពណ៌ការងារនិងផលិតភាពជាតិឆ្នាំ 2022 មកដល់ហើយនៅថ្ងៃទី28 29 ខែតុលានេះជួបជាមួយក្រុមហ៊ុនធំៗដែលផ្ដល់ឱកាសការងាររាប់ម៉ឺនកន្លែងត្រៀម CV ដាក់ពាក្យភ្លាមសម្ភាសភ្លាមនិងស្វែងយល់ពីការបង្កើនផលិតភាពការងារដូច្នេះកុំភ្លេចចូលរួមទាំងអស់គ្នាសូមអញ្ជើញចូលរួមទាំងអស់គ្នាសូមអញ្ជើញចូលរួម
ពិព័រណ៍ការងារឱកាសការងាររាប់ម៉ឺនកន្លែងពិតជាអស្ចារ្យណាស់ត្រៀម CV សិនអូសុំតោះ
គេធ្វើដែរគុំជុំស្វែងយល់ពីផលិតភាពឱកាសជួបវាគ្មិនល្បីពិតជាល្អខ្លាំងណាស់
ពួកយើងត្រូវតែទៅចូលរួមពិព័រណ៍ការងារនិងផលិតភាពជាតិ
ក្រុមហ៊ុនធំផ្ដល់ឱកាសការងាររាប់ម៉ឺនកន្លែងរកការងារជ្រើសរើសបុគ្គលិកនិងបង្កើនផលិតភាពនៅថ្ងៃទី28 29 ខែតុលានៅកោះពេជ្រ
ពីពណ៌ការងារនិងផលិតភាពជាតិពីពណ៌ការងារនិងផលិតភាពជាតិឆ្នាំ 2022 មកដល់ហើយនៅថ្ងៃទី28 29 ខែតុលានេះជួបជាមួយក្រុមហ៊ុនធំៗដែលផ្ដល់ឱកាសការងាររាប់ម៉ឺនកន្លែងត្រៀម CV ដាក់ពាក្យភ្លាមសម្ភាសភ្លាមនិងស្វែងយល់ពីការបង្កើនផលិតភាពការងារដូច្នេះកុំភ្លេចចូលរួមទាំងអស់គ្នាសូមអញ្ជើញចូលរួមទាំងអស់គ្នាសូមអញ្ជើញចូលរួម
ពិព័រណ៍ការងារឱកាសការងាររាប់ម៉ឺនកន្លែងពិតជាអស្ចារ្យណាស់ត្រៀម CV សិនអូសុំតោះ
គេធ្វើដែរគុំជុំស្វែងយល់ពីផលិតភាពឱកាសជួបវាគ្មិនល្បីពិតជាល្អខ្លាំងណាស់
ពួកយើងត្រូវតែទៅចូលរួមពិព័រណ៍ការងារនិងផលិតភាពជាតិ
ក្រុមហ៊ុនធំផ្ដល់ឱកាសការងាររាប់ម៉ឺនកន្លែង ងារជ្រើសរើសបុគ្គលិកនិងបង្កើនផលិតភាពនៅថ្ងៃទី28 29 ខែតុលានៅកោះពេជ្រ